come down on the floor. We're going to start lying down on the floor, arms out wide, feet together, and we're just going to roll side to side. We want 10 rolls in total, so that's 5 each way. You're thinking about your knees coming up towards your armpits and your elbows. Once you've got 10, you're going to come back to the centre, and then we're just going to roll over and lie on one side. In exactly the same position though, knees are up level with the hips, one hand on top of the other, and then we're going to open for 5 reps. And once you've got 5, we're going to roll over to the other side and do exactly the same thing. So I'll show you from here. I've got my knees up at 90 degrees and I open here. Very nice, good, awesome. Once we're out of that, we're going to come up into a press-up position, and things are going to start to get a little bit more dynamic now, okay? So from the press-up position, we want the downward dog, come through to the press-up position, step 1 foot up, spend a second or 2 there, step back, other downward dog, come back forward, bring that other foot up. We're going to do 2 more of those on each side with the aim to get our hips a little bit lower to the floor every time, okay? So, downward dog, hold for a few seconds, come back through to the top of the press up, step that foot up towards the hand as far as it will come, okay? And then I want to think about dropping my hips through towards the floor, and step back, down dog, press up position, step the foot high, drop the hips towards the floor. And then 1 more time on each side. In that down dog, you can keep the knees bent. We want a long spine, pushing the hands away. Press up position, step that foot forward. Remember, if the hips are tight, that foot's going to be further away from the hand, that's okay. The challenge there is to get the foot up towards the hand. Once you've got the foot towards the hand, then we can drop the hips. Step back, down dog, step up. Spend a second or 2 there, dropping the hips, and back, and down to the knees. Good stuff. Whew, firing through the warm-up. We're going back to that press-up position. Okay, and we're going to hit a few different press-ups, just so that we can warm up the shoulder girdle a little tiny bit, because we've got some press-ups and some plank variations in the workout. Okay, if you need to do the press-ups from the knees, you absolutely can, it's not a problem. But what we're going to do is, we're going to start here, and you're going to start by doing a down dog, come back through, hit a press up. Okay, do 2 of those for me. Remember, on that press up, you can drop the knees. This time in the down dog, you're going to take your right hand through to touch your left foot, or the shin. Okay, so in that down dog position, I'll touch here, come back, lower through the press up, on the opposite side, and down. Awesome. Come up onto the feet. And we're just going to warm up into the hips now with a few different squats and lunges. I want you in your squat position, maybe slightly wider than you would for a normal squat. And you're going to squat down. We're going to come up, turn to a lunge, come back up, squat down, turn to a lunge. Good. 1 more each way. So I'm hitting the squat here, turn it into that lunge, back to the centre. 1 more to finish. There, beautiful. Hips and quads, lower back, upper back, shoulders should all be nice and warm now at this point, and we should be ready to go. As normal, we are going to work the time because it's easier for you guys and me to keep a track of what we're doing, okay? A lot of this today is about moving at a high-ish intensity,
Okay, that's going to be governed by how good you are at the movement, okay? Let's see how we get on. So remember, for high intensity, you can't keep that going for long periods of time, okay? So I think the absolute max today is probably going to be about 40 seconds. It might even be less than that, okay? We're starting with a bit of a burpee variation, okay? The burpee variation, fortunately, isn't a burpee. Oh, horrible. You're going to squat down, walk on out, jump the hands in, stand up and turn. Down, walk out, jump, stand. Down, walk out. With that, if you can't jump the feet in, very much like we've just been doing after the walk up, we're going to step and stand and turn. Okay? How many repetitions of that can we get in that time frame? I'm not going to count them though. We've then got a sit-up variation where we're going to be down on the floor. And what we're going to do here is have one leg in, the other leg out. Okay? And the knee that's bent, I'm going to use this hand as a support, and you'll see why in just a second. Sorry. We're going to use the same hand as the supporting leg. I knew I couldn't figure that out, as the straight leg. That's going to be my support hand. Okay? Because as I sit up from this long position with my arm over my head and my leg out straight, I'm going to sit up and lift my hips off the floor to touch the toe, so I'm getting a big squeeze and a contraction through that entire front line. As I roll back, I'm going to change sides, up and touch. Okay, so I'm lifting my hips off the floor and touching through here. If we're struggling to get into that position, guys, all we're going to do is we're going to alternate a toe tap instead, okay? Or if we need to dial it down even more, we're going to go alternating hand to knee or elbow to knee on that, okay? But we're aiming for those pistol sit-ups, okay? We've then got a press-up variation, which we call the dead man press-up, and again, you'll see why in just a second. From this position, or on your knees for the press-up, making sure that you've got good control of the pelvis, all right? What I mean by control of the pelvis is, we don't want the hips and lower back sagging towards the floor to start. So I need to think about pulling my pelvis and my chest towards each other to activate through my midsection, okay? And what we're going to do from here, bottom of the press up, hands out, hands in, push. Notice when I come off the floor, it's not chest first. I lift everything together. That requires me to squeeze my quads, my glutes, my core, and push really hard. You can push back from that, so you might be able to lower here, and you might have to come back up on your knees. Okay? That's absolutely fine, or you can do the whole thing on your knees. Not a problem. We're then into a plank combination. The plank combo, we're going to start on the elbows. And from here, you're going to come up, do a shoulder tap, and go back down. And then alternate sides. Left hand up first, left hand tap first, left arm down first, right arm down first, then right hand, right elbow, left elbow. Okay? And then to finish off the round, we've got some jumps, some jump squats. And in the jump squat, I only need to jump high enough to be able to turn through 90 degrees. Once I finish back at the start, I'll jump the other direction. Okay, and you're just going to keep going around, clockwise, anti-clockwise, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Making sure we hit those corners, north, south, east and west. Okay, and that'll be one round. We'll go on the minute, aiming for about 40 seconds of work per round. Grab some water, and then we'll go. Okay, starting with the walkout jump throughs to start with, okay, those little hybrid burpees. Okay, here we go. We start in 3, 2, 1, away we go. So we walk down through the squat, walk out into the press up, jump in, turn, go again. Remember what you can do here is once you've walked up, I can step, step and stand if I need to. Just keep moving. You know, I might spice it up in the next round if we think this is too comfortable. Making sure that the hips don't drop towards the floor at that point. Okay, like I just did there. I walk out, I stay tight. I jump in and stand. 3, 2, 1. That's 40 seconds there. Good job. Down to the floor now for the pistol sit-up, okay? So remember, we go with one knee in, one leg out. Supporting hand, same side as that straight leg. And my hand and my foot are at full length. 3, 2, 1. I sit up, post up and touch. And then I change sides. Go slow to start with, so you can figure out what we're doing. Remember, if you're struggling with that, we can go with alternating toe taps, or we can even bring it down to a alternating knee to elbow if we need to. 3, 2, 1, and time. We're rolling over for the dead man press up. So you're going to lie all the way down on the floor, out into the crucifix position, hands back in, into a press up. Here we go, 10 seconds out. Ready, 3, 2, 1, away we go. We come down, hands only touch they come off the floor, we keep the shoulder blades tight. Remember, I can lower down, come back up on my knees, come back to the top if I've got that strength. If I'm really struggling, I'm going to keep it on my knees all the way through. We're 20 seconds in. It's really important that we think about how we control the pelvis. 30 seconds gone. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, time. Good job. Just when the shoulders and abs haven't had enough, we're now doing the plank combo, okay? Starting on our elbows, we push up into a press up, we do a left right shoulder tap and we lower back down. Ready, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Right hand, right touch, right down, left down. Once I'm back down, I go left hand, left touch, left down, right down, and then switch sides. Keeping control over the pelvis all the time, okay? If you're starting to struggle with this, guys, again, you can do it on your knees. You're nearly there. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Up onto your feet for the jump. So we're almost through this first round. We got 10 seconds to go. So remember, we're going to go clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Quarter turns. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We jump. Nice steady rhythm. Making sure that I land in a good, strong position. So if you need to, jump, turn, stick, jump, turn, stick, jump, turn, stick. You can do a double little bunny hop to help you round. If you're happy getting those jumps in this way, that's fine. That's 30 seconds gone. We're going to make sure we're landing. I'm not landing too narrow, we're landing with our knees folded in. Every landing needs to be nice and solid. 3, 2, 1, that's time there. Whoo! Catch your breath, minute recovery. Excellent job, well done. So we know what we're doing now. Alright, we should be happy. Happy is not probably not the right word, but we should know where we're going now from movement to movement, okay? And which variations that we need to use to be able to keep the intensity up throughout. Ten seconds then. Ready. Walk out, jump through. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Squat down. Walk out, jump the hands. Feet to the hands. Turn and go. So remember, as you walk out, we really want to make sure that the hips don't drop at any point. So you walk out through the bottom of the squat, out into that bear crawl, and up and in. Keep the core nice and tight, almost there. 3, 2, 1, that's time. Time for those pistol sit-ups. Hopefully now you've figured out how to get them done. So remember, we're lying down, one knee in, one leg out. Supporting hand, same side as the long leg. 3, 2, 1. We sit up, post up, touch, change sides. You make this harder by keeping that foot down on the floor, rather than having it come up into the air to help you with the sit-up element. Almost there. Remember, with these, if we're struggling, we might be on the toe taps. 3, 2, 1. Time there. Good job. Dead man press ups are next. We go in 10 seconds. Just remember your press up variation, and just remember the importance of maintaining good control through the pelvis. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Lower down. We keep control. Keeping the hands off the floor the entire way out and in, so the shoulder blades have to be squeezed before we push. If I'm struggling and down on my knees, the hand element is the same. Good, 10 seconds to go. I'll show you head on. So I keep the hands off the floor the entire time. 3, 2, 1. Last time there. The plank combo is next. We've got time for a sneaky drink, 10 seconds. 5. Down in a regular plank, okay? On the elbows. 3, 2, 1, up into the plank. And from here we go right hand, left hand, right hand touch, left hand touch, right elbow down, left elbow down. Then we go left hand, right hand, left, right, left elbow, right elbow, and then we repeat. Your hips might move side to side a little tiny bit, so what you can do is you can just widen your base of support, okay? So don't go with narrow feet, go with wider feet, and that way we're not getting this huge shift and rotation. If you're really struggling, 3, 2, 1, you can drop that onto your knees. Up to your feet, we've got our jump squats, and that'll get 2 rounds in the bag. 10 seconds. So remember, we got the options here to get a little bit of a double jump as we go. 3, 2, 1, away we go. Nice, solid landings. If you want to get more of a leg burn, you can drop into a deeper squat. If you want to get more of your heart rate raised, you can shorten the jump and move a little bit quicker. Good stuff, and remember you've got that little rhythmic double bounce if you need to. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Nicely done, 2 rounds down. Don't know about you, but I'm quite out of breath. Good job, girls. We've got a few people in the live, but I know there's a few people that are going to be picking this up later or tomorrow just because of logistics and weather and everything else. So, we're halfway. Whew. 2 more rounds. And we're 25 seconds away from round number 3. Starting with those walkout jump throughs. So the jump throughs, the press ups and the plank, the key thing is being able to control what's going on with your pelvis, which involves a lot of core work. Okay, so the dead man press ups, the sit ups on that second exercise will really make it a challenge for us. Here we go, 3, 2, 1, I squat down, I walk out through into a press up, jump in, down, walk out, jump in. Remember, if you're struggling with that jump in, you can step, and up. That's completely fine. Just make sure that when you come to the next rep, you step with the other foot first. Okay? Down, out, and up. Good stuff. If you want a bit of a challenge, take it out, get the press up in before you jump in. So like a strict version of a burpee. Good stuff, 20 seconds to go. No, that's time there. Don't go from the 20 seconds, that'll be a full minute, stop. Pistol sit-ups next. We're down on the deck. One leg out straight, one knee bent. Supporting hand, same side as the straight leg. 3, 2, 1, away we go. We sit up, reach for the toe, lifting the hips, using the hand. And then I switch sides. The advanced element of this is to slide the feet out. Remember, rather than swing this leg up into the air to help you with the sit-up. If you're struggling with that variation, we can take a step back into an alternating toe touch, or we can shorten it to a shin or a knee touch. Okay? Almost there. 3, 2, 1, time. Press ups next in 15 seconds. So remember, full press up, or you can lower down to the floor, do the dead man, come back up on your knees, or just do them all on your knees. 5, 3, 2, 1. So you can full press up. You can lower down into a full press up, come back up on your knees, transition back up, or we can come down on the knees and up on the knees, whichever you prefer. The challenge is get your hands back into the press up position without them touching the floor. And all of the time, making sure that I'm not coming off the floor like a worm, doing the caterpillar. I keep my core tight through here, which stops my rib cage from opening and flaring as I'm pressing. 3, 2, 1, we're done. Plank combo. So remember, we're down on the floor in our plank, either on our toes or on our knees. I go right hand down, left hand down, touch, touch, right elbow, then left hand. So as soon as that left elbow touches, you can start the next side. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right, left, left, right, touch, touch, down, down. So remember, take your feet a bit wider if you need to increase the base of support so that we're not getting loads of hip translation side to side. Keep working. Go slow so you can remember which side you're on. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Up we come for the jumps. So remember, you've got full squats into the turn to make it more of a leg burn. You've got quarter squats to have more speed to get your heart rate up. We go in 5, clockwise, anti-clockwise. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. So I've got my short, choppy, bouncy version, or I've got my slightly... We had a bit of a pause there, don't worry, I'm back. Good. Keep working, and remember, if you're starting to struggle with the jumps, get a double, 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 double. Almost there. Good quality landings. We don't want the knees dropping in on landing. Good. 3, 2, 1, last time. 3 rounds, 1 to go. Minute recovery. Everybody good? No one dead yet? Awesome stuff. Good guys, big effort now to finish. 35 seconds. Wearing trousers was a bad idea. Rachel's still with us. I haven't killed her off yet. 15 seconds then. So still with us too. Alrighty, here it comes. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. We squat down, we walk out, we jump in. Turn and go. Good. Getting as many in as we can. So remember, you can put the extra press up in if your upper body's not too smoked already. Remember, we're trying to lower down through that squat as much as we can before we walk out, and then jump. Good. Nearly there. 3, 2, 1. Done. That's the easier one out of the way. Pistol sit-ups next. So we're down on the floor. One leg in, other leg out straight, supporting hand, same side as that straight leg. 3, 2, 1. We sit up, post up off the floor, hips off, and touch, slide up to change. Remembering that we've got the alternating taps, should we need them, or even a knee to elbow, should we need them. Remember that with the pistols, if that leg is off the floor, it's going to help us swing through. If I keep it down on the floor, the trunk's got to do more work. Almost there. 5, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Dead man press ups. Remember your variation. We should be clear where we're at now. Full press ups. Lower down, come back up on your knees, or stay on your knees. It doesn't matter. Wherever you need to work at this point. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Making sure that I've got good tension all through my body so that when I push, I don't lift my shoulders and chest before I lift my hips. So when I'm at this bottom point, my quads are squeezed, my glutes are squeezed, my abs are tight. Good. Just pump up the reps wherever you need to be at this point. 3, 2, 1, last time. Into the plank combo next. Ten seconds, catch your breath. Remember with this, it can get a bit confusing knowing where we're at. Go slow, link the brain to the body. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right hand, left hand, right hand touch, left hand touch, down, down. Switch sides, left hand,
right hand, left elbow, right elbow, switch. Remembering that you can drop to your knees for any part of this, guys, okay? You've got your forward plank and your kneeling plank, and it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're noticing your hips are shunting side to side, then you can just go for the wider base. 3, 2, 1, time. Up on the feet to finish. We got our jump squats to finish. Again, you know your variation by now. We go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Jump, jump. You can do what you want with your hands. You can have them helping you to work. Remember, if we're going deeper on that squat, that's also fine. It's also fine if I have to be higher and use that double bounce. Good. Almost home. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done. Good job. Have a little walk around the space you're in. Catch your breath. Have a drink. And we'll have a quick stretch. Good stuff, guys. 20 minutes of graft. You definitely know you've done some work. Okay, so you can tick that box for the day. In terms of a little bit of resistance training, a little bit of cardio, we got everything done in 20 minutes. Some lower body, some upper body, and some core. It doesn't need to be any more complicated than that. We just vary how we do it. Nice. Well done. Okay, down to all fours. In the all four position, in that table position, what I want you to do is take one hand out quite wide, doesn't matter which one, and you're going to point the fingers to either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, depending on which arm you've gone out with. Okay? And then from that position, we're just going to lower that shoulder down towards the floor as I turn my body underneath the supporting arm. You want to feel a bit of a stretch coming through the front of the shoulder, possibly even the chest. Don't push, don't strain to get the shoulder towards the floor, that's not the target. The target is to load the structures on the front of the shoulder to open them out. And just relax and breathe. Okay, I'm just letting gravity do its thing here. I'm not forcing it. I know my right shoulder's a little bit tighter than my left, so I'm never really going to get a huge amount of movement here. Slowly, slowly come on up. Bring that out arm back in. Slide the other arm out. And then again. For far more range here. It's really important, rather than just getting the shoulder to the floor, you think about turning the torso as well. So you're looking away from the hand that's outstretched. Good. Come back into that all four table position. Take the knees out wide, bring the toes together, and we're going to slide the hips back towards my feet and slide the hands down and out into a child's pose. Keep the hands about shoulder width apart, guys, okay? So your thumbs can almost touch. Now, that's the 12 o'clock position. I want you to walk both hands around to about 10, between 11 and 10 on the clock. So you're leaning over towards your left. You should feel a much bigger stretch down the right hand side of your body here. Good. You slowly come back to the centre, back to 12 o'clock, and then walk the hands round to 1 o'clock, maybe even 2 o'clock, to get the stretch down the left hand side of the body. Good, slowly come back to the center, and then we're going to come up and we're going to sit in seated position, funnily enough. And we're just going to finish off with a little hip opener, okay, with both legs out straight. Just hug one knee into the chest and lift that foot up and over and place it on the outside of the straight leg, making sure the sole of the foot can stay flat to the floor and both hip bones stay on the floor. So if I pick my left foot up and over, I shouldn't have my left hip and glute off the floor. Whichever knee is in, take the opposite arm around, hug it in tight to the chest and lift the chest like someone's lifting you up by the top of your head. Take the non-supported arm, place it down behind you, squeeze the knee in and turn and look over that back shoulder. Good, nice and slowly, come back to the front, straighten out, and we're going to change sides. Up and over, sole of the foot down, hips stay on the floor, hug it in, should feel a stretch through the glute. If that's enough of a stretch or you're struggling to breathe, just stay there, hug it in with both arms. Otherwise, take the same hand as the knee, on the same side, hand down behind, post behind you. We don't use it to sit and lean back on, it helps us to sit upright, and we turn and look over that back shoulder, anchoring in here to get a real good rotation through our midsection. Good, slowly release, and that's us done. Monday, ticked. Excellent job guys, well done.